8,400 artists that were completely independent that are now.
They would never have made $50,000 a year if there was no streaming.
The 8 million artists on Spotify, 200,000 are professional or professionally aspiring artists, according to Spotify.
But when you think about how many artists only have 50,000 followers, and they're the largest slice of the pie over the major labels.
And it's growing.
It's just a massive amount of independent artistry that never existed. Before streaming, there was everybody on the bottom of the pyramid and stars on the top, and no middle class artistry. Now you've got cats that are independent. They own a portion of their masters, if not all. They own their publishing. They knock down small six figures a year with touring and the content. They take their family on 1.3 vacations a year. They're living a great dream.
There was a Spotify report that came out in 2021, looked back on 2020, and they said that year they paid 13,400 artists at least $50,000 just for streaming just on Spotify. Oh my God, there's 8 million artists and only 13,400 eked out 50 grand. That's stupid. I thought that's still a pretty big number. I went and did some math and went back like 60 years. And the number I came up with was that like 2,700 of those artists are multi-million-dollar brand names. So that's, 50 grand up to Elvis and the Beatles. It was like 8,400 artists that were completely independent, to your point, that didn't have a record deal, that would never get on the radio, right? That are now.
They would never have made $50,000 a year if there was no streaming. All those artists made money that they couldn't have made if they were trying to get their CD in a coffee shop in Sweden.
The next year, same report comes out looking back on 2021. They showed that number went from 13,400 to 16,500. 3,100 new artists made at least $50,000 on streaming. Wow, that was an astonishing amount of growth. And by the way, we also just put together some criteria to determine like what a professional artist would mean. 3 pieces of criteria. Number 1, you have to have at least released 10 songs, enough for one album. When they did that, the number of artists on Spotify went from 8 million to 5.6 million. It eliminated 1/3 of the artists right off the bat. The second thing is you have to have at least 10,000 monthly listeners, which isn't going to pay anybody's bills. 2.6 million to 160,000, Trey. The third piece of criteria, you had to have made at least $1 selling a live ticket on a digital platform. That's where the 200,000 came from.